No, he'll tell you when he's ready.
Okay,
Because I don't hear that thing.
a little bit closer. No, wait, I want Mom in the outside so I can sit in there too.
There. Oh, that's because it's all in.
Are we recording already?
I don't know what we're doing.
I think we are. Okay, that's good enough. You can play all that.
Okay. So now where were we at when we stopped?
You were telling them about
Grandma.
things that you'd done.
And up in farming up at Kinlow. And that's what we were doing. That's what I was doing when we started going with your grandma. But I was going to tell you about your grandma. When I was just about 12 years old, I guess, maybe 13, and Grandma and her dad and mom were living away in another country even.
What's another country then?
And then that country became part of Canada, and so they came down and...
You should tell them what one it was. That it was Newfoundland. It's a little island off of the coast of Canada, about 90 miles out in the ocean.
It's a pretty big island.
Yeah, it's about 800,
an island the size of
800 miles across.
And the size of Puebla, Jeffrey says.
Puebla.
Maybe a little bigger than Puebla. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so it's a fairly big place, but it's rocky and cold and
mountainous.
But after Rosie come all the way down here so she could get married to me.
I was only 7 years old when we came to Ontario, and we happened to start going to the same church as Grandpa. And he was 16 when I was 7, so I didn't even notice him. Not till later, not till I got to be a 16-year-old teenager.
But I went off to Bible school and spent 3 years in Bible school down in Peterborough. And then when I came back, I was filling in different churches, and Rosie was knew how to play the piano and the accordion, but mostly just the piano she played. And I don't know, did you ever lead the song service?
No.
No, I think I always led my own song service. But I was youth leader at Kinlow too, at the church. And sometimes Rosie would used to come out and say, sort of fill in and give a scripture verse and help us a little bit with the youth meetings. And we had an organized ball team for 1 year where we played ball every Thursday night. I don't know how, did you mostly come to that?
I never came to that.
Oh.
That was
she never came to the ball game.
No, that was before you started going out with me. The ball games were all over by the time I came around.
So
so this was just the church. So we played
how did you end up going out actually?
Oh,
I went to Newfoundland, and then I decided while I was in Newfoundland, if this girl was still chasing after me,
she was chasing after you, was she?
that I would ask her out, and as soon as I come home,
I thought he was a pretty good-looking guy.
I went in and just sat beside her in the living room, just about like this.
and he says to me, I don't feel like saying anything. And I said, neither do I. So we just sat there. Well, he gave me a kiss. And of course, then after that, we didn't feel like saying anything to each other.
But we didn't go together for very long.
He proposed to me the following Sunday. That was, I think that was Friday. And he says to me, he said, would you like to go for a drive on Sunday? And I said, yes. And he went out to this little church, and he parked between the snowbanks where the plow had made this U-shaped turnaround. And the banks were up. Oh, I bet you they were 8 feet tall. So we were well hidden from everybody. And in there in the car, he said he'd like to go with me for about 6 months and then get married. But of course, he said if we both felt that it was God's will. And he said, if you're not interested in that, what's happened?
It's just it just goes dormant after a while, but it's on. But actually, if we leave it, it might actually go completely dormant.
See, I was just wanting to make sure whether she was interested because Rosie was talking about going away to school and becoming a school teacher, and instead we decided to get married, and we were going to go to Newfoundland because she could teach down there without going to teachers college. Right out of high school, she could go teaching. In fact, she could go teaching with just 1 year of high school.
But anyway, Grandpa had cold feet. He was afraid for me to have my babies born in Newfoundland where there might not be any hospital.
Well, he knew there was
He's always
no
been
hospital.
afraid of no hospital. Anyway, I think we should wrap this one up because I think we're only allowed 8 minutes on these videos.
Oh.
Okay, so anyway, we want to say goodbye to you guys.
We'll make another one.
Have a good day, and we'll talk to you again on it. Bye now.